The FBI is investigating multiple threats made against some of President-elect Trump's administration picks. CBS News has learned those targets include Trump's incoming chief of staff, Susie Wiles, his pick for Attorney General, Pam Bondi, his pick for Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, prospective UN Ambassador, Elise Stefanik, Defense Secretary pick Pete Hegseth, Trump's pick to lead the EPA, Lee Zeldin, Agriculture Secretary pick Brooke Rollins, Labor Secretary pick Lori Chavez-DeRemer, Housing and Urban Development pick Scott Turner, and Trump's former selection for Attorney General Matt Gaetz. In a statement, the Trump team says it will not be deterred by acts of intimidation and violence. Meanwhile, Trump is still announcing some key roles for his administration. He's chosen retired General Keith Kellogg to be special envoy to Ukraine and Russia. Kellogg served as chief of staff to the National Security Council during Trump's first administration. Trump also made several other selections late Tuesday, including Dr. Jay Bhattacharya to lead the National Institutes of Health and Jamieson Greer for U.S. Trade Representative. CBS News political reporter Libby Cathey is following all of the developments from West Palm Beach, Florida. Libby, what do we know about the nature, first of all, of these threats?
Yeah, good evening, Lindsay. Well, as you laid out there, we learned that several members of Trump's incoming administration were the target of bomb threats and swatting incidents last night and this morning. And now these threats are going across state lines. The FBI is working with law enforcement in multiple states, Oregon, Texas, New York, right here in Florida, because a lot of these threats were targeted at the homes of these individuals. Obviously, this coming as many head home for the holiday ahead of Thanksgiving. So the FBI is working with local law enforcement. And on the nature of these threats, we've also learned that at least 2 of them were credible pipe bomb threats. We are expecting there will be even more than the at least 9, I believe, we have confirmed so far of these individuals targeted. But Trump transition spokesperson Caroline Leavitt said they are not going to be deterred by these attacks. She called them un-American, rather, and violent. We've also noted that the President Joe Biden has been briefed on this and that he has condemned political violence in all forms. We will continue to track these very concerning updates, Lindsay.
We appreciate that, Libby. I want to ask you, the Trump team has signed documents with the Biden White House to officially begin the transition, but it has not signed similar documents with the Justice Department or the General Services Administration. What's the significance of that? How could that impact the transition?
Yeah, Lindsay, I spoke with an expert yesterday who studies these presidential transitions, has seen this happen 4 years after every 4 years, and, you know, had a lot of concerns, a host of concerns with the security and transparency of the Trump team, not only not signing the Department of Justice and the GSA memo of understandings, but with the terms they've laid out for this one they have signed. Incoming Chief of Staff Susie Wiles laid out some of their terms yesterday, saying that they had signed this memo of understanding. But one, she made it seem like maybe the Trump team would not be undergoing these FBI background checks until they are actually in office, until the Trump's team takes office come January 20th at noon. Now, this could be concerning as senators may want the full picture of these nominees as they have these Senate hearings. There are also concerns with the Trump team saying they won't use any government funds, but instead will take private donations to fuel this transition. Questions with whether their donors, how they'll be disclosed, if they will have contribution limits, if someone like, say, Elon Musk could donate a significant amount and maybe not publicly disclose that. So there's just a lot of questions behind some of the terms with what they have agreed to and with what they have not to. There are concerns that there will be security and transparency issues come January 20th at noon when no matter what, the Trump administration will be taking over from the Biden administration. I will note that with what has been signed, what it means is that those incoming Trump administration picks, rather, will be able to meet with their Biden counterparts. And Lindsay, this could not come at a more critical time. There are less than 60 days to go until Inauguration Day, and the Biden White House wanted the Trump transition team to sign this agreement back October 1st. So we'll see when those 2 other agreements get signed. The Justice Department did give us a statement tonight saying they are making progress, but it has not been signed yet. Lindsay.
Okay, Libby Cathey, thank you.